honor to introduce my dear friend Pal tonight. Pal was special to Kobe, as a teammate, as a man, and as a friend.
And if you get Vanessa Bryant pregnant, you become the Black Mamba, okay? You recover the mantle. It's like the Green Lantern ring. Like all the magic, all the work ethic, the mentality, it's all in there. Where else would he leave it?
Welcome back to StarHush, where the tea never sleeps and neither do we. The internet is in full meltdown mode right now because people are saying Vanessa Bryant might be pregnant with twins. And not just that, they're claiming she's finally moved on and replaced Kobe. The timing? Terrible. Because instead of celebrating Natalia Bryant's graduation from USC, honors and all, the spotlight got yanked away and tossed onto wild baby rumors, internet theories, and messy disrespect. Photos started popping up, angles were getting cropped and zoomed, and next thing you know, TikToks were calling it a soft launch. Then came the fake sources whispering about secret twins, mystery men, and betrayal. Just like that, Vanessa's silence became the center of the storm. And Natalia, she got caught right in the crossfire. People didn't stop at, is she expecting? They dragged Kobe's legacy into it and started making out-of-pocket guesses about who she's been spending time with. From NBA old heads to close celeb family friends, the rumor mill spun out of control. Fast! What started as graduation joy flipped into Gossip Central, and Natalia, she was just watching it all crumble while her big moment vanished under the noise, the spotlight gone. And not because of anything she did. Now let's rewind and really set the scene. Natalia Bryant had just crushed one of the biggest goals in her life, walking that stage at USC with honors. That's no small feat, not for anybody, but especially not for her. She's been carrying a weight most people couldn't even imagine, grieving her dad, Kobe, mourning her little sister, Gigi, and still pushing through with her head up high. That moment was supposed to be about her winning against all odds, and for a second it was. Folks were cheering her on, social media lit up with love, and celebrities came through with real support. Taylor Swift even sent the family a sweet graduation package. Thoughtful and classy, it felt like a turning point for the Bryants. Finally, a clean win after years of pain. But nope, the peace didn't last long. Not even a full week later, timelines flipped the script. The celebration vibe was cut short when people started zooming in on new photos of Vanessa. Instead of saluting Natalia's big achievement, the buzz turned to, is Vanessa showing? And then it spiraled. Once the pregnancy talk hit the streets, it blew up. Fans and trolls alike jumped in, throwing out wild takes left and right. Some were asking if she was really expecting. Others went straight into guessing who the father could be, throwing around random celebrity names like it was bingo night. A few folks even tried to connect dots to old NBA friends or family insiders, digging up pictures and speculating like they had proof.
Vanessa Bryant pregnant? I ain't want to be in my business, but what the f***? You telling me Kobe Bryant's wife, ex-wife, is pregnant with somebody else's baby? What, the bomber clot? You nah, be serious. You can't be.
The whole story flipped in seconds, like one of them wild plot twists you never see coming. One minute it was all congrats Natalia, and the next, the internet switched lanes like, so who's Vanessa hooking up with now? It got real messy, real quick. Headlines started sounding like straight up gossip threads instead of real news outlets, and that's when it got out of hand. People started pushing the wild idea that Vanessa was out here replacing Kobe. Like really? And even worse, they dragged Natalia right into the mess. Like, how is this girl supposed to enjoy her big day when the internet's treating her mom's personal life like it's TMZ breaking news? She's just 21, man. She's already lived through more heartbreak than most folks twice her age. And now, instead of letting her shine in peace, she's got to watch social media tear apart her mom, throw shade at her dad's legacy, and twist everything into some kind of online soap opera. It's exhausting just watching it go down. No wonder people online started saying Natalia crashed out. Not because she failed, but because they stole her spotlight before she even had time to breathe. Then came the so-called evidence. You already know how the internet moves. It turned into a full-on investigation. Photos started flooding the timeline. Screenshots were getting passed around, people zooming in on every inch of Vanessa's body, circling her waist like it was a treasure map. They slowed down every clip, rewatched every angle, just trying to prove she had a bump. It was like CSI, Vanessa edition, and folks took that detective work way too serious. They were talking about shadows, stomach curves, dress fabric, anything that could back up the she's expecting claim. And once they got rolling, the jokes started flying in like wildfire.
If you get Vanessa Bryant pregnant, you become the Black Mamba, okay? You recover the mantle. It's like the Green Lantern ring. Like all the magic, all the work ethic, the mentality, it's all in there. Where else would he leave?
Now look, some folks thought it was funny, sure. But let's keep it real, Vanessa hasn't dropped a single hint about dating. No blurry soft launch, no mystery hand in a dinner selfie, no background brunch shots with a hidden face, not even a slick little emoji to stir the pot. And still, the internet ran wild like they uncovered some top secret mission. So what did Vanessa do? She didn't say much, but she clapped back strong. She hopped on Instagram with 2 spicy memes that shut it all down without saying a single name. First one, Rihanna in goggles flipping the bird. Straight savage. The caption, me protecting my peace, not pregnant and having fun all summer. Boom, mic drop. The second one, I'm not mean, I'm just not the one. Short, sharp, so Vanessa. But instead of cooling folks down, it just threw gas on the fire. People started looking even deeper. Some said she was just guarding her privacy. Others went full conspiracy and accused her of hiding the truth. The comment section, whew, it was a battlefield. One person wrote, according to statistics, she waited much longer than most men would. Let that woman live. It's no one's business. Then someone else came through with, not a fan of her or her ex-husband, but she's not cheating. She's a widow. Black men just mad she got the bag and moved on with her non-black life. Now that comment, yeah, that stirred things up even more. It wasn't just about gossip anymore. People were arguing about race, relationships, legacies. The whole internet was fired up. But the real issue? It didn't just stop at Vanessa. These wild rumors hit her daughters too, but especially Natalia. Because when strangers start saying your mom is out here replacing your dad, that's deep. That's personal, and it hits hard, especially for a family that's already been through so much. And here's where it all really started going viral, the baby daddy theories. Once people believed Vanessa might actually be expecting, they didn't just want to know if it was true, they wanted to know who the father could be. Like, who in the world could possibly step into a space once held by Kobe Bryant? So let's start with the name that had folks whispering early, Rob Pelinka. If you follow Hoops, you already know who that is. He was Kobe's agent back in the day and one of the Bryant family's closest insiders. After Kobe's retirement, Rob stayed tight with the family, handling business deals, staying supportive through tough times. They go way back. And guess what sparked this whole line of talk? A single photo. One viral pic of Vanessa and Rob hit TikTok, and suddenly everyone had theories. Some users started saying the vibes in that pic were a little too friendly. Others said it was just 2 longtime friends. But in true internet fashion, people didn't stop there. They started dissecting every interaction between the two for hidden clues.
Vanessa Bryant and Rob Pelinka picture goes viral, and a lot of people are speculating about if Rob Pelinka and Vanessa Bryant are, know what I mean? Rob Pelinka, you thought you got away with it, but you ain't get away with it. No!
But what really got the internet turning their heads? One birthday post, that's it. Just one sweet little shout out that had fans doing double takes. Vanessa posted a tribute to Rob Pelinka on his birthday. Just a few casual photos and a warm, respectful caption. But in the world of online detectives, that was all they needed to go wild. Suddenly folks were like, wait, what's really going on here? But here's the twist. Rob is married, not low-key, not hiding. He's been publicly happily married for years with a whole family. So while the bond between him and the Bryants runs deep and the loyalty is real, there's never been a shred of confirmation about anything romantic. Still, that didn't stop the whispers. Because when emotions and timelines get blurred, people start connecting dots, whether they're real or not. And just when that fire started dying down, boom, another name entered the chat. And this one had the blogs on lock, Pau Gasol. Yep, Kobe's former teammate, his brother on and off the court, and someone who stepped in like true family after Kobe's passing. And let's be honest, you can't blame folks for side-eyeing this one either, because Pau didn't just check in, he showed up over and over again, family dinners, surprise gifts, flowers on Vanessa's birthday, thoughtful tributes for Gigi, all of it. He even traveled across the world to be there for special moments. When you look at how Vanessa introduced him during Kobe's jersey retirement, you could feel that closeness, the energy, the emotion. It wasn't just a basketball bond, it felt personal.
Honor to introduce my dear friend Pau tonight. Pau was special to Kobe, as a teammate, as a man, and as a friend.
But the moment that really turned heads, Valentine's Day, and not just because of the date, but because of what showed up at Vanessa's doorstep. A fresh bouquet of white roses. Yeah, white. not red. But still, it was the timing that had everyone talking. It wasn't even about the flowers themselves, it was the meaning behind it. Folks were like, hold up, who sends flowers to a widow on Valentine's Day if it's strictly friendship? That's not just a random Tuesday gesture. It had people asking, is this low-key a soft launch or something way deeper we don't know about? And the internet immediately started speculating. Some called it sweet and thoughtful. Others called it a red flag dressed in white petals. They wanted to know who sent those roses and why now.
August surprises Vanessa Bryant with some beautiful white roses, and everybody think it's just okay because, you know, they're just friends, there's nothing going on. No.
So now we're here, and the internet is doing the absolute most. Folks ain't just asking if Vanessa's expecting, they're digging into who the father might be like it's a public tournament. It's not curiosity anymore, it's competition, and every man is being lined up like they're in some imaginary battle with Kobe Bryant's memory. It's wild, and that's when things start feeling dark. Because this isn't even about Vanessa's personal life anymore. It's bleeding into her daughter's space too. To really get why this whole rumor about Vanessa blew up the way it did, especially in LA, you gotta understand just how deep Kobe's legacy runs there. One Reddit post hit the nail right on the head. Kobe is a deity in LA. The guy is a legit religion in LA. And it's true. No other athlete is worshipped like that out here. Not Jeter in New York, not LeBron in Cleveland, not Curry in the Bay, not Brady in Boston. Not even Michael Jordan in Chicago gets that same kind of love from a whole city. So now 5 years after Kobe's passing, just the idea of Vanessa being pregnant got people treating it like a personal betrayal. Some fans took it so hard you'd think she owed them something. Like she was supposed to stay frozen in time forever just to keep up this hero narrative. That's real unfair. Let's get this straight. Vanessa never asked to be famous. She wasn't chasing clout or spotlight. She was Kobe's wife, a mother, and then, overnight, a widow, trying to hold it all together for her family. But now, a loud corner of the internet, mostly men, are acting like her healing and grief have to meet their expectations, like she's got to keep living in the past so they can feel comfortable. Some even said she should never be with another man again, like her only job now is to raise her daughters and suffer in silence. What? That's just not it. And the scariest part? That energy doesn't stop with Vanessa. It rolls right onto Natalia too. People out here expect her to carry the torch, like she's got to live under this Kobe legacy rulebook now. Suddenly everything Natalia does, how she dresses, who she might date, how she carries herself, is being watched through that Kobe microscope. And she hasn't even said one word publicly. But still, folks keep forcing their own storylines onto her silence, like they're reading between lines that don't even exist. And before anyone tries to say Vanessa owes it to Kobe to stay alone forever, let's get real about their marriage, because it wasn't some fantasy fairy tale either. It had love, but it also had drama, and it played out in front of the world. Kobe met Vanessa when she was just 17, still in high school, working on a music video shoot. He was 21, already an NBA star. He saw her, got interested, and before you knew it, boom, they were engaged. A year later, they were married, but it wasn't smooth sailing from there. In 2003, things exploded when Kobe faced serious allegations involving a hotel employee. The case got dropped later, but it shook everything up. Kobe admitted to being unfaithful and even said publicly that the woman did not view the situation the same way he did. That confession alone caused chaos in their marriage and in public opinion.
One thing that you did write about in the book, and that has been highlighted, is case. Mm-hmm. And you had made a TikTok on it saying, basically, you know, if you read the details of the investigation and of the allegations, a lot of it is tied to Kobe and his personality, and there's some awkwardness in there. Can you explain some of that and kind of what you found out from reading that investigation?
Yeah, well, I actually went to Eagle, Colorado, where it took place, and spoke with a lot of people. And it's interesting. Like, do I think Kobe raped this woman? Yes. Do I think Kobe thought he was raping this woman? No. And I know that sounds like a cop-out answer, but I don't mean it that way.
It was hands down one of the lowest points in Kobe's entire career. No question about it. And Vanessa? She stood by him, quiet and solid. She didn't hit up talk shows, didn't spill anything to the press, and didn't throw him under the bus like some would have expected. She held it all in and stayed. Kobe came out in public, apologized through tears, and yes, even dropped a $4 million ring as a public, I'm sorry, $4 million. So yeah, their marriage wasn't some fairy tale fantasy. It had layers, mess, and pain. It was real, it was raw, and through it all, Vanessa kept her loyalty front and center. She didn't write a book. She didn't hop on podcasts dragging his name. She didn't air out his mistakes to the world. Vanessa stayed 10 toes down, even when he didn't always protect her. She covered that man's image, stood by his legacy, and made sure their family stayed tight, no matter how heavy things got. So now folks online want to say she shouldn't date again out of respect. What are they really saying? Because from the outside looking in, Vanessa gave Kobe more grace than most women ever would. And that's real. One person online said it perfectly. Kobe cheated on her before, let her move on. She stayed down before and after the drama. That part. She wasn't just there for the cameras, or the red carpets, or the millions. She stayed for the girls, for the love, for the life they built together through all the mess, the headlines, and the whispers. Through all that heartbreak, one thing has stayed loud and clear: Vanessa didn't fold. And now that she might be trying to move forward, she doesn't owe anybody an explanation, especially not the people who only pop up when there's drama. And here's something else people forget. It hasn't just been Vanessa and the girls fighting through this alone. Real people have had their back, not just the Hollywood friends, but the ones who really stayed solid when the lights went off and the clout faded. This is what they call found family. Those folks who ride for you like blood, even if they ain't related. And one of the biggest names in that circle? Shaquille O'Neal. Yup, Shaq didn't just show up to memorials or speak on Kobe at award shows. He's been checking in, supporting, making sure the Bryant family felt love when it mattered most.
You got Natalia and those two little babies?
Always. Listen, babies, they don't call me Uncle Shaq for a reason. You call me up, you find me, I'm not hard to find, I'll do whatever y'all need.
And now we got to talk about Paul Gasol. Yeah, his name got tossed into the baby daddy mess when folks started speculating, but come on, what he's done for the Bryant family goes way beyond internet drama. His loyalty runs deep, and it's been loud without needing to be flashy. This man didn't just pull up one time for the photo ops, he's been consistent. Birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, he's there. Quiet check-ins, private visits, sending love when no one's watching. Paul been holding it down like a real brother would. He's been a rock for Vanessa and the girls, no headlines needed. And when he and his wife welcomed their daughter into the world, he didn't just keep it moving. He honored Gigi in the most personal, beautiful way possible. They named their daughter after her, a gesture that hit straight in the heart. That ain't for clout, that's real love, real family, and real respect.
Gasol writing, our little one has finally arrived, Elizabeth Gianna Gasol. A very meaningful name for our super beautiful daughter, #GirlDad. And if that wasn't enough, they also asked Vanessa Bryant to be Elizabeth's godmother, an honor that she happily accepted. Vanessa writing, my goddaughter is here. Congratulations, Pau and Kat. Love you three so much. So touched by your request to honor my Gigi.
This right here, this is what really matters. Way beyond the noise, the gossip, or the fake outrage online. Because while everyone's busy speculating, the truth is that Vanessa, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri have built something stronger than headlines. A circle that doesn't fold under pressure. Through the court drama, the grief, the rumors, they're still standing. And now, as the internet comes swinging again, trying to make a circus out of someone's private life, that circle is what's holding it all together. Whether Vanessa's expecting or not, one thing's crystal clear. Every time this family tries to catch a breath, someone's right there trying to drag them back into the storm. It's like the world refuses to let them heal. The moment they smile, someone's ready to throw shade. But what if, just what if, Vanessa and Natalia stop asking for space and finally take it? What if surviving isn't enough anymore, and now they want to thrive, love again, laugh loud, be happy in public without getting judged for it? Because here's the truth. These women already lived through the unthinkable, and the world saw it all. But now, it might be time for them to chase joy, not just survive the pain. And no matter what comes next, they don't owe the world a single explanation. Let me know your take in the comments. Hit that like button, tap subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay sharp, my stars and hushers. You already know we're just getting started.